お、美味しい。おやすみなさい。
I don't wanna wait for later. Desperately in search of a savior. I bit the hand of my feeder. I'm falling deeper and deeper.
大榴莲半价，有这两条。大榴莲。
订的是我们酒店。
Sped across 75.
暑すぎるんですが、どこに宿あんねん。
Filthy and rotten and red you. But I didn't know any better in the end. You sat with me that day on the rocks by the bay. My roots grew and you were my dance.
这不国外护照吗？A4你不得登这个啊？好麻烦。
보이니?
江南就是这个意思。
gentle smiles bursting into laughter like that tree throughout the season. Field of blooming flowers, aching, a stadium of people laughing. The humor
系团快开光，上海生煎、飞天、手工压面、刀削面、老。
要不听说的对，好吧，出过来我们蛮选的，好吧。
You seem to be happy, and you look like you're doing well without me. Now, sad girl, make it look like you don't cry, and you'll be alright.